One of our biggest events of the year is Day of Silence. And for those people who don't know what Day of Silence is, it's a really important event. It's student-led, national, in which students can participate in taking a vow of silence for the day, and that's representative of the silence that people who are LGBTQ often face in the community. I believe so strongly in the Day of Silence and letting students participate in it if they want to, that before we had the button maker, I was spending money out of my own pocket to fund the buttons, and I know my co-advisor was as well, putting money towards it, as well as just the goodness of the hearts of parents who are willing to give us donations to fund the buttons. And so having the button maker is something that, again, is going to cut down on the costs in the long run, that we're not having to order everything up front. And it's saving me money out of my pocket and allowing students to participate in the day. So the button is really important because it's something durable. It's something that the students can wear and feel comfortable with, and that signifies to the teachers that they're participating, and then it's a nice memento for them moving forward, that they can have that to display on their backpack, for example, if they want. It allows so many more students to be aware of the Day of Silence and to participate in the Day of Silence. The Day of Silence is a huge, really important day for students who identify as LGBTQ because they feel empowered by the day. They can feel their allies supporting them throughout the day. And so it's really benefiting and bringing awareness to the cause in the day.
Our funding to meet as a 6 through 12 team, and we worked with some curriculum specialists that are local to Wisconsin, and they helped us develop thematic and proficiency-based curriculum that is kind of what we know is the best way to teach our students.
Well, we felt there's been a big benefit to students. We've seen engagement increase. When we use thematic units, they can make a personal connection, have a global connection, and really use their communicative skills to better their Spanish speaking.
When we went to Costa Rica last summer, I realized I could actually talk to people and understand them better than I ever thought I could, and that was a really cool experience.
You saw someone in the street and you were able to carry on that conversation with them, and it wasn't like you had absolutely no idea what they were saying, and just being able to communicate with them was cool.
Because we knew how to ask for directions and get help reading the maps, we were able to do that in Nicaragua.
We've heard from students anecdotally that they really enjoy this type of learning because it's a lot more talking and communicating and using authentic materials, so listening to speakers or reading things versus memorizing a vocab list or memorizing verb forms. They're able to use it in a lot more real-life contexts.
Instead of focusing on grammar and vocabulary a lot, we focus our lessons and units around themes that are globally relevant, so that students can focus on more communicative strategies and talking with other people, which I think in turn leads to more interest in students in our Spanish classes and more success for them.
As teachers, we've got a lot of really exciting ideas and a lot of curious students who want to expand beyond what we can give them in this classroom. And so it was really nice for us to have the opportunity to have the financial backing to meet with these consultants who could really help us in a way that we couldn't do on our own. So I think it's really important to help teachers be able to expand their curriculum and the options and opportunities that we're giving to students in the Monona Grove District.
It gives the students a chance to use technology in a more interactive way. Since technology is a big part of our classrooms, this gives them the chance to have tangible items that they can move around while accessing the technology.
It was beneficial to me because it gave them access to something that I couldn't give them access to as a teacher. I wouldn't have been able to buy that classroom set, and so it gave me something that I wasn't able to do on my own.
By being able to use the item in an interactive way with technology, they were able to use the curriculum in different ways and show what they know in different formats that they weren't usually able to without this technology. Also that it gave a chance to give us something to collaborate with other colleagues and set an example and an idea for other teachers who are interested in something like this, so we could kind of model that for other teachers in other classrooms. And I also moved to 3rd grade this year, so I was able to use it with kindergarten students and 3rd grade students, which was a really awesome chance for me as a teacher to use the item in different ways.
We received from MGEF was for a makerspace in the 6th grade computer lab. We wanted to bring in some low-tech and high-tech options to give the kids an area to learn through problem solving and trial and error, and just to give them a space to collaborate and create.
Right now they're doing the challenge with making light circuits. So they're making Frankenstein's eyes light up. And so it's given us like buying the batteries, buying all of the materials that we couldn't do necessarily within the confines of what our budget is. The club that we're doing right now is once a week after school that we run through Parks and Rec, but the makerspace is open throughout the school day. So Erin can use it through her computer classes in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade.
On Fridays in my 6th and 7th grade classes, we have like Maker Day or Maker Fridays. And so it's kind of like the coding club, but in my classroom. And so they check out different stations, and then they can like explore coding on spheros or do 3D pens or do a STEM activity, and we rotate that every Friday, so they get a new experience every week.
We were trying to come up with a place where kids really could be kids again at school, and where they could build on the Lego wall or create with 3D pens. Just give them a space really to be kids and have them show us what they can do. They might be really good at coding, but in a normal day with math, science, social studies, and reading, there's nowhere for coding. There's nowhere for those aspects of their personality to come out. And so we've been able to create that culture down here where they excel, and they excel all the time, and other kids are looking up to them.
A couple weeks ago, we bought some electronic breadboards that one of the kids asked for, and we don't know a lot about electronic breadboards, but one of the students really knows about them, and we had 2 8th graders connecting with him, and he was teaching them how to do it, and so it was like, student teaching student.
The Monona Grove Education Foundation is important because, again, it is another outlet and avenue for us as teachers to reach out and say, this is what we think would be really cool to do. And they're there to then help us do that because our school budgets just can't. And so having them be there to support us and back us up and say, what do you need? Why is this important? What are you going to do with it? I feel supported by them in the community then to say, hey, we think that's a cool idea. We're going to help you do that.
It allows us to get tools and resources into the hands of our students that we just normally wouldn't be able to. And with the makerspace or the creation of the makerspace, I feel like it's been amazing to see what these kids can create and do if we give them the space to do it. So we're very thankful to get the money.
Yes.
It's awesome.